Assalamualaikum, hai semuanya, kita bertemu lagi di video reaction saya kali ini guys, oke? Semoga semuanya sehat selalu. Nah, kali ini saya mau tengok video tentang ini ya. Orang Indonesia memang berhati baik, tapi jangan dibuat marah. So, jangan lama-lama lagi, mari sama tengok video ini. Let's go.
The sentence was 3 months to house arrest. That house arrest being in a hotel, a protected hotel, because people were very, very angry. And yeah, so assimilating is a very, very important part of wherever you move, and it should be an example to most people not to not to upset the locals, because at the end of
that's what my friend said. Oh, like you're a white foreigner, so that's why people are nice. But no, that is the case. But people are genuinely nice here. You know, even if you know it's a taxi or something, people when they say thank you, terima kasih, you really feel it. You know. So yeah, let's. I
want to say.
Yeah, please.
In Indonesia, most people is Muslim, so near from
The mosque.
Yeah,
No problem.
it's okay.
We have called for prayer for 5 a.m. 5 a.m.
Yeah.
No problem, because tomorrow I'm leaving early in the morning, so,
Okay.
so no problem.
Okay.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Thank you, man. Cheers. Okay, thank you. Alright, guys. This is our room. Super nice. This is around 16 euros, I think I paid for this. Beautiful. Very nice. And they were, as you said, as you saw, super kind. There were even 2 rooms for us. Oh wow. And this is the street basically here in Indonesia. Super nice. The mosque is right there, literally. So, because as he said, Indonesia is majority Muslim. I think like 87 or 88% of the residents are Muslims. And you know, he said, oh, like, do you mind? Because the mosque is next door, and 5 a.m. is called for prayer. Last one, if I'm not mistaken, 7 p.m. And first one is 5 a.m. But it's fine, you know. I always put earbuds, and you know what? Like, even if I wake up, let's say I wake up, right? It's up to me to interpret that in a certain way, meaning, you know, when we Westerners come into a new country, we have to adjust our way of thinking in the new country. So there's, let's say the mosque wakes me up in the morning. There's 2 ways to go about it. I can either get pissed off or see it as, you know, use that and be like, oh, this is a reason for me to wake up earlier, so I get an earlier start to my day and be more productive, etc., etc. So there's always
The other thing I wanted to show you was this place. This house here, I used to rent in 2010. It cost me about $1,000 for the year. It was a bit scratchy around the edges. The cistern leaked. It was 2 bedroom, 2 bathroom, but perfectly fine. It was secure, and yeah, I'm probably, when I was living here, I was only sort of a kilometre and a half out of central Ubud. And yeah, so assimilating is a very, very important part of wherever you move, and it should be an example to most people not to not to upset the locals, because at the end of the day, you may have been here for 20 years or 30 years, I think, and you're still going to find yourself as a bit of an outsider. That's an extreme case of someone who, yeah, obviously wasn't thinking right and did a really, really stupid thing. But yeah, if you move to these places, you just got to accept that this, you know, there's noise, and I guess at the end of the day, we have to adapt, don't we? You know, it's something that you can't avoid. You know, change is going to happen, so embrace it or be a bit grumpy. But I was talking to someone the other day about adapting and sort of getting yourself into local culture and trying to make the best of it. And we recounted a story of when I was living here in that house I showed you earlier, up on the road there was a guy at the same time, an American chap living here, and he had a house and there was a mosque very, very close to his house. Now if you're going to go live in a Muslim country, you have to be prepared for the call to prayer at 4:30 in the morning and 5 times during the day. And for people to access the mosque, they had to go across his property, and he was happy to facilitate that, which was wise of him. But he wasn't happy about the call to prayer at 4:30 in the morning. So he went to the imam, or the head guy at the mosque, and said, look, I live next door, I give people access to the mosque through my property. Can you just turn it down in the morning so I can sleep? And the imam said, yeah, that's fine. And that happened for a couple of mornings, but then it was back up to its normal volume. This back and forth between the guy and the imam went on for a few weeks, with it going down, volume of the call to prayer going down for a couple of days and then going back up. Guy eventually got, this foreigner eventually got sick of it, and one night he went into the mosque with a pair of scissors and he cut the speaker leads. Now of course it didn't take the locals much to work out who had sort of, I don't know, entered into blasphemy, I guess, and they went looking for him at his house. They burned his house to the ground, or what could burn of it. He escaped out the back, and he was put in protective custody by the police because, you know, the people were quite angry, and you can understand why. He actually went to court for blasphemy here, and if memory serves me correctly, I think it was the sentence was 3 months to house arrest. That house arrest being in a hotel, a protected hotel, because people were very, very angry.
Jadi itulah sebenarnya pelajaran paling penting gitu kan, ketika kita pergi ke sebuah negara, apalagi yang memang mayoritasnya gitu kan adalah muslim gitu seperti di Indonesia. Jadi pelajarannya ya kena menghormatilah gitu kan budaya dan juga tradisi sesebuah negara. Pergi negara manapun kita kena hormat gitu, budaya di sana, apapun tradisinya di sana kena hormat gitu. Jangan sampai masyarakatnya itu marah gitu kan. So terima kasih banyak sebab kami sudah menonton video ini. Jangan lupa macam biasa untuk support channel saya dengan subscribe, like video ini, dan jangan lupa untuk komen juga, oke? Terima kasih banyak dan kita jumpa lagi di video seterusnya. Assalamualaikum.